Heyo, it's Digi. I muted myself for a second, I know. If you see my character making weird faces, I'm trying out the experimental facial expressions. So it should be doing like, I think like happy, angry, and surprised. But anyway, back to content creation, and I know I don't get to use my 3D model that often because it lags my games, but I am voiceovering a creative project today. Finally, part 2 of the Fire Gardens. So let's get into that, and I'll catch you guys up on what's been going on. And welcome back if you're a returning subscriber, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. I like to create stuff and play video games, so enjoy and welcome. But yeah, I got a different editing software recently, so I was able to up my editing game a bit more and make it easier for myself as well. And then being able to add the music too because of the nice SoundCloud artists. Yay! Ooh, it was so good. So, unfortunately though, OBS was being kind of a butt, so I never actually ended up getting to record the part where I was building this little structure here, but I got everything else, even though it was a pain in the butt. So yeah, we just here chilling and creating today. I'll kind of tell you a little bit about what I'm doing here. Maybe some random tidbits. I really don't know yet, honestly. Just kind of hanging out and relaxing. That's the main goal. Oh yeah. Okay, so I was gonna put animals in here, even though it's supposed to be like a little diorama based off of the fire gardens from Mortal Kombat 11. Just cause I wanted animals, so I stuck with like orangey animals, except for the raccoon. But I really wanted the raccoon, so the raccoon is one. And then up here, what I'm working on now is the tiger enclosure. And then in the back area, that big area, I was gonna have for foxes. And then the other small area on the top, like ridge by the tigers, was gonna be red pandas. I do so love the SoundCloud artists that I found. Like, I'm glad that the music exists for these videos, because it was nice to listen to while I was creating, first of all, and I thought it'd be nice to share. I don't know if I got to mention it earlier. I might have. If I did, I'll cut it. But the lighting, you're able to change it to whatever you want. So I was kind of messing around with it, and I really like this like pinky purple dusk because it brought out like all the oranges and reds and like the autumn leaves. Oh, I love fall. See, you can see I just changed it there to the golden hour too, which is also really pretty, but you can clearly see the color saturation difference, and I like this one the most. And these darn benches, they were, oh, the bane of my existence at the time. And you're about to see why. Because they literally, like, they clip to the edge of the pathway, which I built under, like, the little temple floor. It's very basic. I know people built a lot, like, crazier stuff, but, ooh, the patience needed for this, especially with a mouse. But I still love the creating part of it because, like, you're completely, basically, only limited by your imagination and the aesthetic packs that the community and Planet Zoo come out with. Or, I mean, Frontier. Yeah, Frontier is, like, pretty great. They do free development updates all the time for the players, and the DLC actually isn't that expensive either, I don't think. Like, I've never had an issue with it, and it's always worth it. Like, $10 and you get new animals and tons of new building pieces, so there's kind of something for everyone. And this game is actually fairly educational if you go into, like, the animal thingy and read about them too. As you can tell, sometimes I get fairly easily distracted, but with the speed up, it never takes too long. The game itself is actually really pretty if you can render it on a higher graphic computer too. Like, I'm on a PC, so it's not terrible. Like, I think it looks pretty nice still. And the animals, oh, so distracting and floofy. Oh, I gotta do that cheat. Oh, I gotta show you guys the floofer cheat. Where you can make any animal in the game floofy by renaming it a certain name. I gotta look it up. It's really fun. Ah, so pretty. Oh, I swear I could just like sit in my own little pocket dimension here forever with good music and just chill. So, for this animal enclosure, yes, it's very small. It's not ethical, but it's more aesthetics than anything else to go along with the theme that I had picked. So, it took me forever to figure out exactly how I was going to do it because I'd done goofed. As you can see, I'm adjusting the invisible barrier, and I'm trying to get it to where I could change part of that to a more solid barrier because I need a door, of course. And I was just too lazy to use building pieces to build up the rest around it when I just should have. But I ended up figuring out something kind of unique and interesting to do with it eventually. So as you can see, I had the initial idea to put the fencing here. And like, I thought that would have worked. I thought it would have been like wide enough for the door, but it just ended up not being so. But that was okay. Still, this might be a good idea for like another enclosure, so always good to keep on hand. Just make it a little wider next time. I tried so many different angles to put the door at. Finally just settled on this. Oh. The way I create sometimes is just very spur of the moment, so it's very chaotic some days. So as from before, I kind of took that original idea with the mesh caging because it technically counts as a barrier, like when you use the invisible barrier, so they can't get past it. But you can get like the guests closer in a way to that and give them like, so there's a difference between just mesh and like glass experience when, if you've ever like been to a zoo and up close to an animal. So I thought that'd be kind of neat to have both. Donation bins forever. I always play at creative, so it really doesn't technically matter to my gameplay, but you should have those and electricity and oh my gosh, this game goes into so much like management detail, but it's cool. It's really cool. It's starting to come together. I was excited about that. And now I am filling up the tiger cage to give them all their needs and stuff. Trying to make it not too much, but enough for them to get their basic needs met. And the placement is so finicky sometimes. Ooh. time for the tigers! Yeah! Big kitties. Of course. And of course, I will get distracted by the animals for a bit. But they're so cute. How could you not? Mm. And the lighting is so pretty. Oh, and now we get into the red panda enclosure. This one was a bit more tricky because I really did not leave myself much space to do much. But I kind of got inspired by my decorative surroundings, and I used that lamppost, the poles on it, to kind of integrate that in. And I was thinking I was gonna do that with the rest of the park fences for the animal enclosures, even though I had done a wooden one for where the foxes are now gonna be. Oh. I love this community too because there's so many wonderful creators. At the end of the video, I'm gonna have to go and link all the creators that I took blueprints from. There's only a couple, like the signpost board over there and probably the bridges. And then obviously the red panda thing there. But most of the other stuff I had built myself in this video, as you can see. Munch, munch, time for the kitties. I think the only reason I was able to do this build was because of the fact of the Twilight pack that came out with all of the autumn leaves and the leaf litter. Because basically what I did is I took the leaf litter and I used multiple of that piece asset and I twisted it in different directions to make kind of like a 3D bush, which is where you're seeing the majority of the leaves from my trees and bushes are on the ground from. The cherry trees were as is, but still. Gotta make a little nest for the red pandas. I've yet to see if that will actually work out for them. I'll have to test that before the next video. The really complex part about this build was mainly the fact that I was building habitats one on top of another. As you could kind of see, the red pandas overlaps the raccoons, and then like the tigers are kind of like partially like wrapped around the fox habitat there. So there's multiple invisible barriers. You have to be really careful not to intersect with each other. And of course, we have to make it climb proof, which this last piece of fencing was just giving me trouble for no reason. So I had to like rebuild it and add an extra section. As I was talking about, you could kind of see lightly that there is an invisible barrier underneath there for the raccoon den. So that's what was kind of like blocking it up and making it a little complex. But I got it. Ooh, I haven't gotten to the decoration part of the raccoon habitat yet that I was just starting there with the fencing a moment ago. But I kind of want to make it a glow cave with mushrooms and stuff too. I think that'd be really fun. Little trash pandas in the glow cave. And the tedious process of bushes. Oh. Whenever I take a sip of my drink or something where my face goes, ooh, it like makes my eyebrows go down and then it makes the angry face. So I see my VTuber just mew, angry. Yeah. Kitties again. They have stricken again with their cute distractiveness. And this scene right here is so pretty with the sunlight. There's so many details that I want to go into this. My computer's probably gonna go a by the end of it, you know? But I've been really enjoying the process so far, and I'm excited to get it finished up. Hopefully part 3 will have it finished up. So, we'll see when I get to that, which will hopefully be soon, now that I have a little bit more time to create. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for tuning into my creation and chill. And I'll see you for the next one. Bye bye.